Welcome back, guys.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Welcome back to another episode of Raw Parenting Podcast. My name is Tom, and this is my wife, Mallory. We are here to host y'all, and today we have, can AI really help with your parenting and marriage? Here, we're going to go find out. So, as we all know, AI has been massive for the past 2 years. I use it quite a bit for my line of field. Even for fun, I would just ask questions about it, and it would usually give me pretty knowledgeable information for me, I would say.
I hate AI. Hate it. Not a fan.
Yeah, it's one of those things that makes life really easy, especially when you kind of just give it the description that you want and it just writes out a lot of stuff for you. I really like it for that aspect of things.
Yeah. I don't know. I think as an artist, first of all, it's a huge thing for digital art. It's a no-go for me. And second of all, it doesn't allow people to think. It takes her creativity away. It takes everything away from somebody. So we think technology is dumbing us down. Well, guess what? AI is going to make us even more dumb. So that's my rant about AI.
For sure.
But let's do this.
It definitely doesn't promote independent thinking, because it just kind of gathers any information from all around the web and it just kind of puts it down into what it thinks is the best answer. But yeah, we're going to see if it can help with our marriage and parenting. So here we go.
So basically, Tom has typed into this chat, GB, blah, 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 what is it? Anyways, typed into this chat to ask us tough parenting questions, and we've arranged them from easy, medium to hard. Mm-hmm. So the toughest ones will be at the end, so definitely stick around for that.
Yeah, we're going to start for the easy ones. So first question is, what's something about your parenting you're proud of but never talk about? Wow, okay. That's an interesting question.
Yeah, I thought I had something, but now I'm kind of they've never been severely hurt or fallen off anything with me. So I guess I'm kind of proud of that.
Wow, that's a weird flex, but okay.
Well, they've never.
Yeah, for sure.
But then I think about the magnets, and then I think,
right. That's another story, eh?
That's another story.
Yeah.
So,
man, that's interesting. Yeah, okay. I mean, it's one of the things that there's many things to be proud of our kids, of course.
But about your parenting specifically, not even about your kids.
Right. About your parenting. Man.
Yeah,
but never talk about.
Yeah.
I mean, do we brag all that often in the first place?
No, not really.
No. I think one thing I'm definitely proud of is with our oldest kid and her manners. She says thank you. She says please, even with a reminder every day. But it's something she does outside the house as well.
Yes.
And so whenever she says thank you, please, and I just have good mannerism, it really makes me proud, for sure.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And you can see that it makes people happy, and sometimes people are shocked and wow, you have such good mannerism for not even 3 yet.
Yeah.
So I would say that's something I'm proud of.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. That's a really good one. Well, I wouldn't really say that was an easy question.
No,
it's hard to think of these on the spot. But okay, moving on to question number 2.
Yeah.
Do you think you're parenting the way that you were parented, or have you intentionally done things differently, and why?
I would say the biggest one that I can pop in my head right now is the fear base.
Yes.
If you think about old school parenting, which, both our parents were, it's a lot of, if I say something, you're going to do it. And if you don't, you're going to get it when we get home.
No ifs, ands, or buts. You're just doing it.
Pretty much, you're doing it, and that is just the way it is. Which, in some sense, I guess, that's how a parent relationship should, almost be, I guess. Parents should be the boss.
Same time, you're the parent, not the friend.
Exactly.
Which we really try to, separate as well.
For sure. But there's definitely different ways of doing things. And, with our parents, it involves a lot of physical kind of punishment, which we don't do. Mm-hmm. And so it kind of builds that sort of respect level between you and your kid. I respect you, you respect me, but not on a fear base.
Right.
And so you kind of develop more of a connection with your kid in the hopes that in the future, they can tell you about stuff and they won't be fearful of you.
So basically, Tom and I have talked about this in our actual previous video before, where it's the generational cycles and breaking that. So you should definitely check that video out. And then also to sum that up is basically Tom and I have taken out the authoritarian style from our parents into raising our kids.
Yeah, we incorporated a lot of modern style / a little bit authoritative, which is different, into parenting. And we kind of, we kind of take the best out of each parenting style and mash it all into one. And that's who we are. All right. For the third question, how do you see your role evolving as your children grows older? And are you prepared for that transition?
Well, I feel like, as we kind of mentioned, like we definitely are parent first, friend second. So even like no matter how old our children get, we're still always going to have that parent vibe, but also in a way that they connect with us and communicate with us. So that's like always my goal going forward with no matter how old they get. And then just adjusting the conversations to like their age and having that age appropriate range there. But also, like, I don't think you can prepare for something like this. Honestly, like every kid is different. They act differently. Who knows what stage it's really referring to? I don't know, but
it's supposed to be an easy question, but it's a really tough question.
Yeah.
I think I want to say my answer with that would just be, how do you see yourself evolving? I think, like you said, just the right attitude, right?
Yeah, and adjusting, because like parenting is a journey just as much as like growing up, right?
Parenting is just a whole bunch of adjustments.
Yeah. And same with like a little kid, they have to adjust to everything that they're going through too. So it's
like
you just go hand in hand with that, right?
Yes.
You grow together, you roll together. Like, I don't know.
Seriously.
But yeah, I don't really have a specific answer for that. But I just think like, adjusting as a parent, not a friend, but also where they can communicate.
Yeah, have the attitude of that I'm growing just as much as my child is growing. I think just with that, you're already kind of steps ahead of the game.
Yeah, and grace for both of you.
Exactly, yeah. Showing grace and patience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay, all right. So now we're going to be moving on to the medium tough questions.
Okay, yeah, I guess they're all tough, but this is like ranging from easy tough to medium tough to tough.
If that was easy, I can't imagine what the next questions are going to be.
And we like have no idea what they are, so we're really just rolling with the punches here.
Yeah, seriously. All right.
Okay. Medium. Okay. How often do you feel overwhelmed or burnt out by parenting, and how do you handle those feelings?
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Ooh, okay.
This hits home for us.
It really does. It's definitely getting easier.
Yes.
As we continue our parenting journey. I don't know if we just matured. I don't know if we're just growing.
We've done a lot of personal growth. And if you've watched our recent videos, you can follow along with that journey with us.
Yeah.
We do dive deep into those sort of things. And that has, in turn, made our parenting journey easier for us.
Yeah. We definitely didn't take the easy route out, I would say.
Yeah.
We faced every problem we have head on. We thought about it deeply. We research on it. We struggle hard. We complain. We bitch. We moan. We do everything, all of it.
All of it.
But at the end of the day, all we do is just we want an answer for how we're feeling, and we want solutions to just make tomorrow a little bit better.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to solve everything, but like as every parent says, your journey of parenthood goes by so quick, and we don't want most of that parenthood journey to be like just annoyance, stress, anger.
Exactly.
We want to actually enjoy this.
So to answer that question, like we definitely felt very burnt out and overwhelmed, probably like 80% of the time about a year ago.
Yes.
Since then, like I said, we've really developed ourselves and grown. And now, I don't know, like I would say overwhelmed.
Does it even happen? Like, I seriously cannot remember the last time we were burnt out.
Yeah.
That we had to like get out of the house and like go,
It's true.
escape.
It's been a while.
It's been
so
a while.
Nice.
So nice.
Yeah, we actually like enjoy each day now.
Yeah, we enjoy parenthood.
Which sounds so terrible.
Sounds so
Please go watch our other
ridiculous.
videos so you know what we're talking about.
Exactly. But honestly, that's a good question. So
yeah, it is a good question. And how do you handle those feelings? Again,
I think the biggest thing for me was putting myself in the little kid's shoes. Like we walk such a life of like, oh man, like how do you not know this? Or like how do you still doing this when they're just they just have a little pea brain that's still trying to learn everything.
Exactly. Yeah. Constant reminders of where they are in their situation and like, how would my 2-year-old brain handle that situation?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what we really, really try to do now. Yeah. Okay. That was a good question.
That's
moving
a good
on.
question. All right, moving on. All right, number 5. How has parenting affected your relationship with your partner?
Ooh.
Do you feel closer or more distant? Ooh, someone warm up the kennel because tea's going to be hot.
Okay.
Oh boy. All right. You want to take this or want me to take this?
I want you to answer this first.
Well, I'm going to answer the first part. How has parenting affected your relationship with your partner? I mean, it's definitely changed. Like, there's no doubt about it.
It's true.
It's definitely changed from what it was before kids, right?
Yeah.
Like, if I were to give you a quick description of our life before, there's a lot more free time. We go on walks every single day.
Yeah.
If we want to go somewhere, we just go. Hang out with friends was a lot more easier. Plans, you can just make plans and do those plans.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's just the opposite.
Those for sure are major changes. And then also, like, our intimacy has also changed a little bit.
For sure.
Just in the way, like, I feel like we've grown a lot in the understanding of what love means, right? And that doesn't always have to mean physical intimacy, which is so good to understand because we just have a whole new appreciation of love with each other, I feel like.
Yeah. It's so different because, as people hear all the time, the 5 languages of love or whatever, right? And quality time, this and that. Even though our quality time has gone down, you appreciate even the little moments of quality time that you have.
For sure.
Like, for example, our date night is maybe 2-3 hours per month kind of thing. But even when those 3 hours, you just appreciate that time so much more. And that little moment of spec just lasts us a lot longer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And when we can go on like walks by ourselves, it's like,
it's like, oh, wow. This
there's
nice.
the park. Let's just walk on by.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Don't have to stop today.
So it has evolved. It has changed.
Would you say that it's like made us separate in a sense?
No, I wouldn't say so.
Yeah,
I feel like
I wouldn't say so either.
I feel like parenting definitely makes your bond stronger because
if you work together.
If you work together, yes, that is true. If you work together, it's almost like when they make swords, right? They keep pounding the sword. They put so much force into making the sword.
Curious about this analogy. Keep going.
That the sword becomes a stronger sword. So with us, we had to face so much challenges together, and we had to solve so many problems together. Like everything was together, and so that I would say made us more closer together because our bond and our communication has never been better.
Right. And that's very true. Yeah, I 100% agree. Yeah, okay, that was a good one too. Moving on to the last medium question. Is there a parenting responsibility that causes you anxiety or fear? How do you manage that?
Oh boy, I can go with this one.
Okay,
I'll go first. I'll go first. Dips.
Okay.
It's such a silly anxiety of mine, but I do have high anxiety, but I do get anxious over when it's my time to watch the kids and that we have to stay home or like we have nothing planned to do.
Right.
That does give me anxiousness because in my mind, I'm just like, how am I going to spend these 3 hours? Like I just keep watching the clock. Like it's just, I feel like I need to be doing something with my kids versus like just sitting in a house and doing nothing. That gives me anxiousness.
Yeah, that's a good one. And I definitely know that you get really nervous about that stuff.
I do.
Whereas me, I'm just like, it's such a pain to pack everybody up.
Yeah.
So I usually am the one staying home, which is good because then we balance each other out, right?
Yeah.
Like you get to take the kids out and I stay home with them and we do like indoor crafts and
yeah, exactly. And I love taking them out too. So
yeah. Okay. And then I guess I would say that I have a lot of fear towards their health, I would say. Am I feeding them good enough? Are they eating good enough? Like when they cough, like do they have a major disease? Or, like I just get very in my head about those kind of things. Like I don't know if they're okay and that stresses me out. So I would say that's a constant fear and anxiety that I get. Yeah.
Okay. And how do you manage that?
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't manage it.
It's tough. It's tough to manage those things.
Yeah. It's basically like how I have to treat my own self. It's just like it's an intrusive thought, and I just got to push it away and do the best that I can, right? I can only ask questions, and I can only look and see what I can see, and then, go from there. But I don't want to keep planting situations in my head where it's not even anywhere close to that.
Very nice. Well said. All right, that's it for the medium questions. Now we're moving on to the toughest of them all questions. So, are you ready?
Yep.
All right. The 3 final tough questions. Number 1 is, what's your biggest fear about your children's future, and how do you cope with it?
Your children's future. I guess I would say like my fear for the future in general is just like what the world is going to bring us, really. Is just, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world today, and I guess that makes me fearful for our kids' future. It does.
Right. So, okay, what the world's going to be like. Okay.
Yeah, just to like sum it up in a general sense, it's just,
Right.
just like how things are going to transpire in the world.
Yeah, I mean, makes sense.
And I guess for coping, I would just say again, it's one day at a time. Like I can't control a lot of these situations, and I just have to constantly remind myself of that. So I wouldn't say I necessarily cope with it well some days, but at the same time, it's just like I can't control a lot of it.
All right, my biggest fear, it sounds silly, but am I going to get along with my kids?
Yeah, that's also a good one.
Like, I really hope that we actually do get along, and that we won't be mad at each other for over stupid things.
Yeah, so true.
I just really wish that I have a unique relationship with all my kids in their own ways.
Well, it starts with us, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, you often hear about, kids not coming home because they're mad at parents, or they don't talk to each other anymore. I really hope I'm not that.
I agree. I think that's a good one too. I think that's a lot of people's fears.
And how do you cope with it? I think it's just like Mallory said, it's a day by day relationship. You don't let something fester and grow. You don't let that small kind of like even tension between the bond of you and your kids grow. I think you try and nip it in the butt. You grow with yourself, and you learn about it, and you just try to be a better person for them.
Right. For sure.
Because, at the end of the day, it's not their fault with a lot of things. It's kind of the parents' fault if you can't get over something.
Yeah, it's usually parents' immaturities for the most part. I mean, I'm not going to put that in everyone's situation, but yeah, a lot of it starts with us, right? As parents. So
exactly. Okay.
All right. Moving on to the second last question. Okay. Do you ever worry that your personal struggles or unresolved issues are affecting your parenting? How are you addressing those?
Yeah, I think, of course.
Yeah.
How do you not?
Yeah. How do you not?
Like we all have some sort of baggage from wherever.
Yeah.
Right. From kids, from in their 20s. Like, it's just like.
Yeah. Well, and again, like helicopter parenting, that's something that I can relate to very easily. Yeah, that was something that, like my mom was very much like that. She was very in control of situations and like wanted to be around all the time to make sure nothing happened to us, right? Like it was all about safety at the end of the day. And I feel like I really carry that along with my children. But I also know the negative effects that it has on our kids. And so I really have to try to get out of that. I would also say that like our selfishness gets in the way too.
Oh.
Right? Like we are very much like, this is my time in the evening.
Yes.
Like you need to stay in your room, in your bed, like I think that's a huge struggle for us too. And it's something that we are trying to work on, and patience as well. Like those are all things that are personal struggles. And yeah, it's just a day by day thing that you have to keep constantly working on and reminding yourself.
And yeah, personal struggles. Again, it brings me back to the kind of the emotional side of things. I hope that I can be there emotionally for my kids, and I hope I can grow that skill a little bit more. And yeah, just to know that they know that I'm there for them emotionally as well, and not just a presence. All right, last question. You ready for this?
Yeah. I feel like we're having easier times answering these harder questions.
I know, than the easier ones.
Because we're just so deep, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay. All right, last question. If your child could tell you one thing they wish you did differently.
Oh, boy.
Wow, what do you think it would be? And how would you respond?
This makes me really sad.
Yeah.
I can think of it pretty quickly. And I think that, yeah, Peanut specifically, she would ask for more patience from me and less frustration.
Yeah.
And
I agree too.
Yeah, and that makes me really sad to think about that. And like I really try. I really do. But bedtime, like she's stalling and it's just so hard to like stay calm and patient because like she knows what she's doing. You know what I'm saying? She knows.
Yeah.
But yeah. See, when you like put yourself in their perspective again, it just
it really softens you up a little bit.
Yeah. So sadly, I would say that would be mine.
Yeah. Just it's so tough, because sometimes I wish I could just be, that dad that's just a little bit more forgiving, a little bit more stress-free, like I wish that I could just wake up and just be happy and just be this like totally chillaxed person. But yeah, I'm not, I have my own stuff that I gotta deal with every day. So yeah, on top of that, you're a parent as well. So it's
it's a constant
tough.
battle. I also feel like she would wish that she could get a little bit more messy. I hate messes. I really do.
Same. Yeah.
And it stresses me out.
I think it's because we don't like cleaning all that much.
Yeah, that's the main point.
If we actually enjoy cleaning someone, just find like some sort of soothingness to it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be as bad.
But yeah, no, I think I'm just going down a spiral of like all the negative parenting parts of me. But
yeah. That's, step one's awareness. So
awareness, yeah. We're learning, we're trying.
Exactly.
We are aware of it. And yeah, like I am really trying for the patience and I like take deep breaths.
Yeah. Exactly. So, it's not that big a deal. It's just a mess.
Yeah. But Peanut is getting very aware of those situations and she'll be like, why are you, no deep breaths. So I'm like, oh man. Anyway, working on that. So, okay, well, to end that doozy off.
Yeah, seriously, that's it for the last question. So I guess the final question would be...
Break our hearts, why don't you ChatGPT blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, Chat ATV, ABC.
ABC? Well, I'll just call it that.
Anyway. So I get an 80-year-old.
Seriously, technology.
So to answer the final question is, I know that, can AI really help with parenting and marriage, would you say?
Can it help? I think
with those questions that they just asked us.
I don't see that as like helping in any aspects. I see it in reflecting, really, which is good. Yeah, I guess that does help if you reflect.
Right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, like do you think other parents can use AI tools to kind of like help them reflect in their life? Yeah,
if they're really struggling with like coming up with the deep questions and like diving deep within themselves, like it would be a good place to start. I guess.
That's true. Because like, we talk about everything and anything. So I feel like if we didn't do that, maybe this would be a good way for us to like, play some random games or something like that and have a chat night once a week, right? Or something like that. Yeah, that would be a good idea. Yeah. For sure. Yeah, I won't say that it was awful, but... Come on, did you like it?
But I could say I could come up with questions like this myself.
Really, eh? Interesting, eh?
I don't know.
Yeah.
No comment.
Yeah.
It was fine.
It's fine. It's all good, boo. AI is going to take over the world anyways, whether you like it or not.
See, again, going back to that question, like our children are doomed. They're doomed.
They just have to be more unique than AI. Well, that's generic.
Yeah, I guess.
And that's the other thing too. Talk about fear in the future about kids. Yeah, like
jobs.
What are they going to do with jobs?
I know.
What are they going to do?
I know.
But I feel like, jobs are always changing. I feel like entertainment is a big one. I feel like, because, AI can't really entertain people like the way that we know how to.
All right. Well, I guess overall, I think that was fairly decent. It got us thinking a lot. Hard to think of some of these questions on the spot. So I'm sure we're going to end this and be like, dang it.
Yeah, exactly.
Should have said something else. But
I did the best I could, I swear.
Just like our parenting.